right, good morning. Today is Wednesday, August 13th, and we are again looking at the E-mini S&P 500 market. And it came in just a little late today. I had to take my little boy to swim practice this morning, and came in a little late. Saw a trade that's setting up, and so I want to go through that with you right now. All right, this is what happened this morning. God, I wish I was here this morning first thing, because there was a beautiful buy trade set up right here as the market tested this low. Beautiful buy setup, but I missed that trade. Now we're coming up trying to test the high of the day, and I just don't think it's going to quite get there. So what I've done is I sold the market right here at 1938 with an initial catastrophic stop loss above the high of the day. The high of the day is 39 3/4. Okay, so the stop is at 1940 1/4, short at 1930. Again, the initial catastrophic stop is 2 1/4 points away. Now let's take a look at where my first objective is. All right, my first objective on this trade is going to be 1936. 1936 right down here. Look at this market's rallying here. Let's see. I'm going to watch this very closely. And I want to see, and look at this, market's actually going to retest the high of the day. Here we go. So we got to take a look at this. We got to look at the market internals to see if there's any divergence on the retest of the high of the day, because we may want to add to this position and make the stop maybe a little looser. So we want to just watch to see how the market reacts to the actual high of the day of 39 3/4. So we've gone to 39 1/4, so within 50 cents of that. So let's take note of this. I'm going to pause the video. I'll be back shortly. All right, everybody, as you can see, I took a loss here. Look at this. I was totally wrong again, like I was the other day, but I came back and I made money. Let's see if I can do the same thing today. So I want to record today's action. So look at, we sold it here, we bought it back in here, we went long in here. Look at, we lost some money there, but we're up 750 on the current position. Closed profit with closed loss, we lost $2,250 on the first trade, right? No big deal. I'm going to get that back and then some today. So I'm going to take off a little profit. I got $875 back. I'm going to take about, let's say I got 10 long. I'm going to get 5 out, and then I'll add in. Just watch what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm going to look to exit this. I'll just half this position to lock in some profits at 40. So 44, let's see, 44 1/4. All right, I'm looking to take off the entire position at 44 1/2 now to bring in about $900 more. Let's just see if we can get filled at 44 1/2. One tick down off the high. Then I'll be flat this, and then I'll look to enter on a pullback. So let's just watch this very closely here. All right, so I exited that position with just a small winner. So, okay, I'm still down $2,125. I'm trying to get short now at 1943 1/2 right in here. Then I'm looking to ride that down where I'll be looking to buy it back. So I'm going to keep this running, and I'll pause it when there's a little action here. All right, I'm back. And as you can see, I am short this market from here and from near the high of the day. Looking to take partial profits down here on the retest of this last little low of 1942 3/4. And we'll see what happens here. So I'm going to pause the video again. All right, I'm back again, and now I've got a limit to close out the entire short position here at 1942 1/2. And you can see the limit right in here, 42 1/2. Market went down to 42 3/4, I believe. So I'm looking at 1942 1/2. I believe this market's pretty strong. So I'm looking to exit this position and potentially get in at a little lower price to go net long for an ultimate retest of today's high. Okay, so I'm going to pause this. All right, getting really close now. Look at 42 3/4. 43, we're looking at that 42 1/2. 42 1/2. Gotta be a little patient here. It's been a very slow, gradual grind since we've made that high of the day. Very slow, gradual grind to the downside. So let's just see. This market should move a little lower here. Got the fibs of the day up from the low of the day, high of the day. 38.2 the entire day is right here. All right, I'll be back. All right, so I was filled at the 42.5. Now look at this. Now I'm only down 512.50 for the entire day, right? So I've come back from being down 2,250 to being down 512 only, and it's noon, okay? So not the greatest start of the day, but as you saw the other day, I was able to, the last couple of days I started off with a losing trade, and then I came back, and I actually made money. So let's just see. I'm going to continue this throughout the day and see if I can get this back and more. All right, so I'm looking for a little deeper pullback in here, and then I'm getting long. I'm looking for this market to resume back up to test the high of the day at some point. Now we're going into the lunch doldrums. So if I can get a little bigger pullback, a little closer to that 38.2, then I'll be ready to get on board for the movement back up. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video. All right, I'm back again, and I'm looking at this market. Yes, it's a little after 12 o'clock. I'm going to scale into here a little bit, okay? So I've just got a small position here, but if the market drops a bit further, I will buy it again. I just don't want to miss it if the market's going to consolidate in here and then run up, okay? So right now, as you can see, I am long at 42.5, and I will be looking to buy it just one final time if the market's able to drop down to 41 even, okay? So I'm going to put another order, a limit order, to buy it at, what did I just say, 41.5? 41 even, the round number. Looking for a bounce off that round number of 41 right there. Let's see. All right, there we go. So we've got one at 41 even. We're long at 42 even. That would be a 1.5 spread. So my average price would be 41 3/4 if I get filled at the 41 even. Okay. So again, what I'm intending for the market to do is to eventually run back up and try to retest the high of the day. Okay. So it'd be nice if we could pull back a little further, that 41, and then start making its move back up. So again, if it's not able to pull back to that 41, at least I've got a small position here, okay? So, yeah, I'm looking for a minimum of 44 halfway back, roughly. So I'm going to pause the video and let this play out. Be back. All right, as you can see, the market sold off pretty shortly after I just paused the video. Got me filled at the 41. And so I'm in the position half at 42.5, and the other half at 41 even. All right, so let's just watch this. Yep, we'll watch this. I'm going to pause it again. Let's see what happens here. All right, I'm back. Well, the market's showing its hand right now. It's pretty much moving sideways, as to be expected. Right, it's 12:20. So between what I say, between 12 and 1 o'clock, the market's usually in the doldrums. If any time during the day is the the least volatile, it's between, I'd say, 11:45 and 1:15, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So we're building a little base in here, and once if the market's able to break up through these highs right in here, then I would expect it to at least move back up to that limit of 42 3/4, which is essentially just half from the high of the day down to this low, this little pivot low here. Okay, so we'll see, and I'll probably give it one more shot if we move down to the 50 of the day, near that, the purple 50 exponential. I'll probably be buying it in here as well. It just depends on what time, because again, I do expect some type of movement back up towards that high of the day, and I'm expecting the market to come back at least halfway of that downdraft. Okay, so wherever the low of this downdraft off the high of the day is, I would expect at least halfway. So if we do break down through this pivot low and I get long, I will readjust my profit target. Okay, so let's be patient here, and I'm going to pause it again. All right, I am back one more time because I wanted to show you one other thing that's, I think, real important for you to understand is, even though I'm long in here, if the market drops down to the 50% of the day's up move from the low to high, I will, in fact, for sure be buying it again. Why? Not only is the 50 exponential there, but look at what the old high of the day was, right? The opening high right here, right? And so that high remained intact for the first hour. Okay, then we busted up through that level. This area, again, the initial high of the day, is right at the 50% retracement of today's up move. This should act as a strong support area. So I will, in fact, be buying it down to that area if we get there. So, but let me just paint another picture for you. So if the market goes sideways, rallies up, takes me out and I'm flat, and then the market comes back down into this zone, I'll still be buying it. Okay, so there's a lot of scenarios here. So I'll pause it and I'll be back. All right, the market has finally popped up through this little ledge high of 41 3/4 and these highs of 42 even. And we've run up to, look at that, 42.5. So we came within a tick of flattening our position out red in here. So let's see if we can etch a little higher and get us filled in here, okay? Let's pause the video. Here we are within one tick. We're at 42.5 right now. Let's see if we're able to trade to 42 3/4. Let's see. Look at that. There you go.
Order field.
Here we go. Look at that, folks. Look at that. So look what we've been able to do here. Look at the account right here. So look at, we're down $12.50 today. Remember, we started off the day, I think it was 2,250 down, because we took this losing trade right here. We started off the day on a negative foot, but that didn't get me. You can't get down. You've got to come right back, be flexible and dynamic. And so what we did was we got some back here. We went short in here. We went long in here. We're pretty much break even now, right? We're only down $12.50, and it's only 12:30. Okay, so pretty much a break even day so far. Okay, so I'm not done for the day. I'm going to pause it, and when something else, if something else sets up today, I'm going to be back with you to show you that trade, okay? I'll be back at some point today. All right, I am back. It's a couple hours after I last left you, and it is, what time is it? It's a little after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. As you can see, the market's been going sideways. I was definitely right on this call. We were long right in here, took profits here, ended up going, a bunch higher, but it took a while, right, during that lunch. So look at this, though. Remember, started off the day down $2,250. And as you can see here, I am now down $12.50, pretty much a scratch day, right? So again, just a really good lesson that even if you start the day off negatively, you can come back as long as you keep that mental state even keel and you don't get emotional, right? So, and what I mentioned earlier too was, I missed this trade. That was the trade of the day, and that was a great trade set up on the retest of the initial low of the day right here. But again, I took my son to camp. I missed that. I came in about right here. This is a setup I thought we had, and that was a losing trade, right? Actually lost more than I should have, but I actually held off and lost a little bit more, thinking it was coming back a little bit, so I didn't even follow my own rules here. That was a mistake. So I definitely lost 1 full point more than I should have, so lesson learned there. Then caught a little trade here, caught a nice trade down here, and caught a trade up here. So basically 3 winners today and 1 loser. All right. And again, it would have been a profitable day if I had cut my first loss by a point less, and I just didn't follow my rules, okay? So I think I'm going to probably call it a day. I thought that there would maybe be a good trade set up today, but this just took too long. What I was hoping for was the market to, here, let me show you what I'm doing here. I was hoping for the market to come down into here quicker, right? This would have been a great buy point, an absolutely phenomenal buy point. I still think it could act as a good buy point, excuse me, but seeing so much just inactivity in here, yeah, stair-stepping higher, but if we had come closer to retest on the high of the day, I probably would have been shorting it, but it didn't get high enough. The reason why I like this area, right where the thick horizontal line is for potential buy right in here, is because look at, you had the opening high right in here, which remained intact for over an hour. That first half hour's range typically acts as beautiful support when the market breaks up through it. So we broke up through that high, and the first time back to that area, the market should bounce. Okay, and yeah, we came close here, but that's why I was looking to buy it even lower if the market had been able to pull back further here when I was buying it in here. Okay, so now we might be coming back in here. But again, it's a little after 2 o'clock, and at this stage of the game, if the market drops down pretty quick down to this area, which is 1939 and 3/4, I don't know if I'd want to be buying that automatically. Okay, I'd have to wait. So let's not make this this video any longer than it already is. So hopefully you learned something a little longer than usual. But again, it took me through, you kind of saw a day of trading. Okay, so hope that helps. Have a great day, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. Bye for now.